What up, y'all? This is Tracy from Nerd Squish, and today we've got a thrift haul. Oh yeah. Two things about me. I love finding treasures and I love finding them on a budget. So needless to say, I love thrifting. My in-laws were in town, and one thing about my mother-in-law, that lady likes to thrift. So, you know we've got to hit up all the Goodwills whenever she comes into town, and I got to prepare myself, because even though it's a budget, it can get a little out of hand at times. And boy, oh boy, was Goodwill giving in their book section. Now, I know I held up some books in the beginning of this video, but I do have something else that I found that is not... Actually, I have two more things that I found that are not just books that I'll share with y'all. But essentially, this is truly just a book haul with like some bonus items. Let's get into my treasures, my finds, my sweet little trinkets. Now, I already took the stickers off of everything because y'all know the stickers on books, it's an issue in America that we're not addressing. And I need us to do that because Goodwill stickers, they do not come off of books very easily. So I had to do some TLC to these books when I brought them home. But that being said, all of these books, none of them were above $2.99. So really, really good deals. So the very first book that I got was to add to my Goosebumps collection, with that being The Girl Who Cried Monster. You gotta love Goosebumps. Look at this. They don't make them like this anymore. They really don't. Not to be that like old person that's like, they don't make them like they used to. But look at this, they don't. So one day I'll have the original run, their original editions, and this is just one step closer to that goal. The next book that I found is Full Wolf Moon by Lincoln Child. Now, this book, obviously, I feel like by the title, you know where I'm going. I picked this up because it is, in fact, a werewolf book. All about this investigator, investigating, obviously, like savage attacks. And they're like, what could it be? It's a werewolf. So I was in. However, I fell to the same old trap that I always do. I did not look this up when I bought it. It is number 5 in the Jeremy Logan Investigator series. Because I have so many books in my TBR that are similar to this, bought them because they sounded cool, later found out that they're not the first in a series. So the question is, do I read this? Is it something that can stand alone as its own story? Or do I need to go and read 1, 2, 3, and 4 of the Jeremy Logan series? If anyone has read any of Lincoln Child's Jeremy Logan series, sound off in the comments and let me know. I'm gonna do my research and see, because this may just end up being another in that TBR pile that just, it sits there. And I'm like, oh yeah, one day I'm gonna get all the other ones, and then it just doesn't happen. So then it just sits there, you know. So I've been catfished once again. But it does sound so cool, because it's literally, like I said, they're on the trail of a killer, they're investigating these murders, and then people are like, it's a bear, and you know it's never a bear. It's never a bear. It's always a werewolf. So, cool werewolf book, potentially. I don't know. Okay, all the rest of the books in this haul are from one author, one of my favorite authors, Dean Koontz. So like I said, clearly, I know he's popular, and I know a lot of his books end up in used bookstores and thrift stores, but this just seemed too, like I saw other things that I didn't buy that I already have or I'm not interested in, and I'm like, okay, this was in a collection. Maybe somebody died. Oh God. Okay, I can't think about that. Let's get into these books. Similar-ish to the last one, I picked up a part of a series, but don't have book number 1. But I do intend to find book number 1 of Dean Koontz' Frankenstein series. So I picked up book 2, City of Night, book 3, Dead and Alive, and book 4, Lost Souls. I'm gonna be straight up honest. I don't know how many in total are in this series. Dean Koontz. Frankenstein. I don't know why we're putting the vibrato on it, but here we are. Okay, yes, 5. There are 5 total. So, the only thing that I need to round out this collection is book 1 and book 5. Obviously, you know I'm excited because if you've seen any of my videos before, you know that Frankenstein is one of my favorite books of all time. But on top of that, this series takes place in my hometown of New Orleans, Louisiana. And so if you see on this book, which one is this? 3, St. Louis Cathedral right there. You see that? That's beautiful. I love that. And I am so excited to read about a Frankenstein, a modern Frankenstein in New Orleans. That's what dreams are made of right there. The book that I was most excited to find that day is Watchers from Dean Koontz. It seems like this guy Travis, he's down on his luck, he's kind of feeling hopeless, feels like he's got a cursed life, and then he finds this dog, which seems to be not just a dog. He's more intelligent, has a little bit something extra than your average dog, and there's like this crazy threat to humanity that him and the dog have to stop. I don't know all the details, but I've had a lot of people recommend this book, and I am so excited to read it. And the last book is Dean Koontz, The Husband, which I wasn't familiar with this one, but when I read the description, I was in. So you have this guy that is out in his garden, okay, doing what one does in the garden, and he gets a phone call. And these people basically tell him, you got until midnight of Wednesday. I need $2 million and you can have your wife back. If you don't give me $2 million before midnight of Wednesday, your wife is dead. But look, your guy, he owns his own business. He's not wealthy and he needs to find $2 million and he needs to do it fast. And he's going to do it because he loves his wife. So I'm very interested to see what lengths Mr. Mitchell Rafferty will go to get those $2 million and save his wife's life. I think that's just a fun concept. Okay, now we're moving on to my other 2 little treasures that aren't books. The season is upon us. And I got a pumpkin. Oh yeah, look at it. It's beautiful. It's ceramic. You can open it up, you could put candy in it, and I am ecstatic. You can't bake with this, okay? It's not that kind of a pumpkin, but look at her. Did I need her? No, I technically have 2 similar to this, but this one is, I think, bigger than the other 2 I have, and she's all orange, plain, no writing, no designs, and she was only $6. Beautiful, gorgeous, I'm ready for fall. So the next and last item that I found on my thrifting adventures is this black tulle skirt. Now, your girl can always use a black tulle skirt, whether it's with a graphic tee or you're using it for a costume. It was only, I think, $6, $7, something like that. You can't go wrong. So I'm obsessed with everything in this thrift haul, and if anything, this has kind of reignited my obsession because there was a while where I was like just frequenting thrift stores. Like anytime I had a free moment, I was going to the thrift store, and I fell out of that because your girl was becoming a hoarder. But God, I've just found so many good things that I had been eyeballing before, and it was like, oh, now I'm finding them for like 1/3 or 1/4 of the price. Beautiful. All I'm saying here is that you may be seeing a lot more thrift hauls on this channel in the future. And if you're a big thrifter, let me know in the comments, what is something cool that you have found at a thrift store or an antique store lately? Let me know. I want to know what treasures you're hunting. And honestly, a haul video is just exciting. What is it about the internet where I love watching other people's haul videos? Like just watching a person sit down and they're like, here are all the things I spent money on. Why? I can watch hours of it, like embarrassing amount of hours. It's just good content. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big old thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so when new videos hit the channel, you'll be notified. And as always, thank y'all for watching, and I'll catch you nerds later.